Welcome to the Onemanshowoff podcast, where our feathers will forever be rustled at the harsh realities of life. Today, we have a rather underrated artist who has really beautiful drawings, beautiful strokes, and beautiful coloring. This is Feathers-Ruffled. How have you been?
Oh, I've been pretty good, and how about you?
Rather fine. Summer's coming to an end, but that's not going to stop me being happy.
Oh yeah, well I can't wait for summer to end. I'm more of a winter kind of person.
Oh my
I don't really
gosh.
like the
Oh my
heat.
gosh. I'm already hyped for fall and winter, especially winter because snow is nice and fall is nice, even though I never had much pancakes, but pumpkins.
Pumpkins? Well, you could have pancake pumpkins, you know?
I was just thinking that. Yeah, freaking how come there isn't pancake pumpkins? Anyway, back to the topic in hand. Let's get this thing started.
Alrighty.
First question. What got you into drawing, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, probably as far back as I can remember would probably be around kindergarten, early school days. I remember I used to draw. The only thing I ever drew was dinosaurs, because back then I was like big into dinosaurs. That was all it was: dinosaurs this, dinosaurs that. And I have the school would give us like a little sketchbook that we just sketch in little random drawings every. So I think it was like one day of the week or something like that, and I would just always draw dinosaurs, and I guess being big into dinosaurs, I would just draw them all the time, and I'd watch them on TV and movies. I'd always watch cartoons. I never watch anything else. I mean, even till this day, I still watch cartoons. I even watch the ones that I used to watch back when I was a little kid, and they've always inspired me to do art and to keep drawing and just kind of work my way up.
Do you like The Land Before Time?
Yes, you're talking about the first one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was I loved that movie so much. I think I still have it on VHS. I'm not entirely sure, but I used to watch that all the time. And it's a Don Bluth movie. And, Don Bluth movies are always good.
Cartoons and dinosaurs, that's like a match made in heaven for you. Second question. Your art looks a bit inspired by the likes of Disney and somewhat of Don Bluth. Are those one of your inspirations? And what else are you inspired by?
Well, now you mentioned those are actually both of my biggest inspirations. I'm a huge Disney fan. I've always watched everything Disney, like you name it. At least, well, the Disney animation, like the best stuff you can get is the classical Disney animation, like starting from during the Disney Renaissance when they started with Little Mermaid, and then you work your way up, that kind of thing. Though all those movies have always inspired me. Um, I've morely draw like I've sometimes morely draw female characters, and what I draw from that is my love for the Disney princesses. I try to take hints from it's funny I can't remember his name. Glenn Keane. He's Glenn Keane, the guy who designed most of the classic Disney movies like Tarzan, Little Mermaid, Tangled, all that other kind of stuff. He's probably my biggest inspiration Disney wise. He also did like ones like Great Mouse Detective and all other kind of stuff as well, which is a good movie. But mostly, yeah, he's probably my biggest Disney inspiration. I've got a couple books on his artwork as well. Um, Don Bluth is probably overall, like, out of biggest inspiration, like anything that you could ever come up would probably be Don Bluth, because I've always watched his movies when I was a little kid, and I still watch them now. Me and my grandmother had a really close relationship to loving The Secret of Nim, which is an amazing movie. If any of you listeners haven't seen that movie, you need to go see it. It's a really good movie. It actually was the pinnacle of probably his career, because that's when he was working for Disney, and Disney said, "Oh, well, we don't want to do this because it's too dark." And he's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go do it myself." And look what we came up with. I mean, imagine if Disney kept with that project, it probably wouldn't have been as great as it is.
No, not sorry.
But there's some other artists besides Don Bluth. I mean, he's if I could ever meet someone in real life, it'd probably be him, because I grew up with his movies. Every one of his movies is good. He's never made a single, like, even what's that?
Troll in Central Park?
Troll in Central Park I liked. That one was okay. Like, it's not a movie that you really. I mean, it's an okay movie. It's not a great movie, but it's an okay movie. Same with actually, there was one I watched recently that I didn't see for a long time, because when I was a little kid, I thought, oh, it's for girls, I'm not gonna watch it, kind of thing. What movie was it?
Anastasia?
Not that one. It was It was a really old one. So the little tiny girl.
Tiny
Can't
girl.
even forget the name of it.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I think I know. Did it have like a? Oh my gosh! Friggin'
And it had
a girl had to marry a frog, and there was also that
yeah.
frog girl. Oh my gosh, it's coming
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to me. I
yeah.
don't know what it is. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I forgot what it was. Someone will let me know. But
Thumbelina.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I recently watched that one on Netflix because when I was little, I thought, oh, well, that's for girls. I don't want to watch that. But then I saw it on Netflix and like, oh, okay, well, I haven't watched that one fully, so I might as well watch it. It's actually really good. Like, I'm surprised in how good it was and that all the music was good. I mean, any music in a Dom movie is really good for the ones that have it.
Well, by the way, Don also did those Dragon's Lair stuff and friggin' that one Space Ace.
He did. Those were really good. I actually have those on the collector's edition CDs when they released them for the computer way back.
Oh, you
Those were
lucky.
really good. I like
Oh,
those
you
ones.
lucky duck. Ugh. I hope we get Dragon's Lair in Wreck-It Ralph too.
I hope so, but then again, I don't necessarily because for Wreck-It Ralph, like what they had to do for that was they had to acquire the rights to certain things. That's why they couldn't get Mario in there because Mario or Nintendo didn't want Mario in the movie just yet. But apparently, he's going to be in the second one, so we're looking forward to that.
Who even owns Dragon's Lair anymore?
Like the original arcade version, or
Yeah.
oh, I'm pretty sure someone does. I mean, someone probably bought one of those cases off eBay or something like that goes for probably a couple $1,000s.
I'm sure the rights would be super cheap anyway, since Disney is a huge ass corporation that owns Marvel and Star Wars.
It's true, but they would have to. It all depends on who would they buy the rights from because I forget because Don Bluth mostly did movies for uh,
Fox.
no, not Warner Brothers. Yeah, Fox and Universal because I believe one of them was Universal.
Friggin' Land Before Time,
And for
Universal.
time. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
Steven Spielberg and Lucas were involved, and now I want to see Star Wars and Marvel characters in Wreck-It Ralph too.
Well, hopefully they'll put them in because I know they're putting them in on all the video games that
Like the
Disney's doing
Marvel,
now.
like the X-Men arcade game, we're gonna see them in there, and then Marvel versus Capcom, and okay, let's not turn this into the video game power hour. Let's move on to the second question.
So
Third.
besides Don Bluth and Glenn Keane, there are other artists that I honestly cannot remember their names. If you go to my Tumblr page, you'll most likely see some stuff I ever blogged about them. I know some of them have worked with for Disney before. Um, you know what? I have to double check because I have to know their names because for all you listeners out there, you have to check these guys out. They're really good.
You legit look like a guy who does sketch work for Disney or some other company. I swear.
Oh, really? Well, thank you. I mean, I personally don't think so myself, but
Yeah.
that's probably because I'm a perfectionist, and if something's not perfect that I do, then I just think, oh, okay, well, it's not even worth it then. But thank you.
I don't want to patronize you either. So I mean, I'm just saying that your strokes and line just fits perfectly with in a Don Bluth or Disney production.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. But the same can be said for someone like SLB.
But there are a couple of other artists that I follow, that do really good work as well, that have worked for Disney before in the past and all that.
All right.
Uh,
All right. Let's move
okay.
on to the next question before this
Mhm.
gets into longer. This is okay. Wow, we've been talking for like over 5 minutes about one question, and I'm liking this so far.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So third question. The way you draw just seems to have a great flow. How do you make it so seamless? I'm sorry if this question is super vague. I just am really talking about your strokes and how it looks nice and stuff.
Well, the thing is, I try to not have everything too stiff. Like, if I have a character or a pose that looks really stiff, I'll get super annoyed with it and just redraw the whole thing because I want to have a natural feel. Because the way I used to draw back in when I had like my first DeviantArt account, which was like years, like 10 years ago, I would all my drawings would be really, really stiff. Like there would be no, it'd be like, those little paper dolls that have the joints that you would just fling around and stuff like that. It would kind of look like that. It
Paper
wouldn't
doll.
yeah, like the ones that, they're called something, but I know they're like paper dolls that have hinges on like the elbows and stuff like that. And you basically just move their limbs from one angle to the other
Oh
and it
my
looks
gosh,
very
those things
stiff.
that you would make in like daycare.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It would look really stiff, and I would like back then I didn't know any better, but now I do, and I just think, okay, well that's not how I want to look.
Yeah.
And it's basically just the thing is quick strokes. Like you just want to do quick strokes, like when you have your base shape, just do quick strokes in the lines, Nine times or 7 times out of 10, you'll have to redo the stroke because you don't want it just right. But you just keep doing those quick strokes, and you usually get what you want. But the thing you never want to do is the main thing, I guess, is just never have your poses really stiff because
Yeah.
that way they don't really look very animated. They look kind of boring. I mean, I know a few artists who have stiff poses, but I try to give them pointers and how to make it really, really flowing, and they've done really good work as well.
Go with the flow. That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I said, I'm a perfectionist, so I don't like. I recently did a couple doodles the other day, and one of them I liked when I was doing it, and then as soon as I posted it, I was all, "Oh, I actually don't like this anymore. I think I'm going to take it down, and then I'm now going to redo it as something better because I didn't like it."
All right.
Just
I.
remember, as an artist,
Yeah.
you're your own enemy.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. When we first met and introduced ourselves, you said you wanted to go to film school. Does that mean you want to make movies? And do you also want to do character design?
Um, well, not just movies, basically, morely like anything really I can get, like maybe movies or video game conceptual design or TV, anything like from the small screen to the big screen, really, anything that I can do animation for or even character design for, I would love to go into. Like probably my dream, like the one job I would have to pick if I could have any job in the world, the one that I would have to pick for my art career would probably be um, being a conceptual artist for either DreamWorks animated studios because I do like their art styles. I do like the art styles of their movies, or the Disney studios. Either one to be a conceptual design, design characters and all that sort of stuff would probably be my main thing. Is the thing I'm going for. Is what I'm trying to say.
Hey, how's your status? Like your little portfolio, and have you approached these people yet?
My portfolio is a little bit small right now. I mean, if you want to see what's in it, just go to my DeviantArt account. It's under portfolio. But basically, it's a little bit small because I'm trying to get more stuff into it. I'm trying to put more pieces that I feel would, kind of complement my portfolio. Because right now I'm trying to save up a little bit of money to go to a local film school, just a little ways away. And I want to get a good portfolio so I can be accepted in,
Hmm.
hopefully. But I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't put this in my questions list, but I really should ask you this. Have you delved in animation?
No, I haven't. That's probably something I'm probably gonna wait for until I get to the film school because I've mostly been just drawing like static images all my life. I mean, I
Okay.
might try animation when I figure out how to do animation on the program that I have, but you never know, right? If anything, it'd be really simple, like
What's the
nothing.
program do you have?
I recently got Manga Studio 5
Oh.
after I talked to one of an artist that I follow, and they said that they use it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I might as well see if I can check that out instead of using this Photoshop copy that really isn't working anymore.
I don't know if you can do animation on that thing, but Flash is a nice place to start. I mean, it's actually pretty simple to work with once you. Anything can be easy to work with once you know how to do it. What am I saying? Maybe I'm just saying that because I work with Flash and I know how it works, and you just gotta do frames and stuff. I'm just rambling at this point.
Well, I'd probably look into Flash. Like, I'd probably ask some people, like, what's the best thing to use for animation,
Yeah.
and then probably go from there. But most likely, I'd probably wait until I get into film school just because I literally know nothing about the animation. Like, I know about the process, but I don't know how to go about it.
All right.
So I'd probably wait till I go to film school for them to
All right.
show me the ropes.
By the way, the two programs that everyone would recommend to you are TV Paint and Toon Boom.
I think I remember hearing about Toon Boom at least some point or
Yeah,
another.
that's pretty much the studio
Huh.
that companies like Simpsons use.
Oh, okay,
You
I
know,
see.
you know, all the big guys use Toon Boom now these days. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. And last question. What animated media would you recommend for aspiring artists to learn from?
Well, besides, I mean, it really all depends on what kind of art you're in, what kind of art style, what your art style is. I mean, because people take inspiration from many different types of media. For myself personally, anything I can recommend would probably be something from the Disney animation studios, like mostly the classics. Don't get me wrong, the ones that are coming out now are really good. I mean, they're starting to blend traditional hand-drawn animation with computer-generated animation, which still works like fine. But the best stuff you can get is probably like, Little Mermaid. Hunchback of Notre Dame is really good. That's a pretty underrated one. Um, there's besides Disney though. Um, besides Disney, the ones the classic DreamWorks, like before DreamWorks made Shrek, they made those traditional animated features.
Yes. Yes, friggin'
Yeah,
Prince
like
of Egypt is a masterpiece.
exactly. That's what I was just gonna say because I watched that one recently. I'm like, wow, I forgot how awesome this movie is, and I kind of wish that they stayed with traditional animation because there was that, there was Sinbad, there
Sorry.
was Spirit, that was really good. So the art styles that they use in those are really good.
Yeah.
Some of them even rival Disney back in the day.
Hey, do you follow James
Um,
Baxter?
not that I know
But yeah,
of.
he's got a Tumblr blog.
Oh, he does. Oh, okay, I'll
Yes.
have to look that up then.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything classical Disney, classical DreamWorks, even like sound like a broken record, but even Don Bluth. I mean, anything that he animated, like you could actually tell, because for an animation team you have different people working in different scenes. You could tell the scene, like the different scenes that he animated himself, because you can really see the upscale and quality of the animation,
Okay, what else?
which is
Oh,
really good.
oh yeah. I wanted to recommend something myself, but this is about you, not me. But oh, okay. What about indie films?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, what about
Oh,
indie
indie
films that
films.
or imported films from another country? Because there's this film called Triplets of Belvedere, which I think everyone should see. But this is about you, not me.
Oh no, but well, it's funny you mention that because I actually haven't seen that yet, and thank you for reminding me because I probably should see that one.
Yeah,
But I did watch uh,
a song of the.
Secret of Kells is really good.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about just that, and I was thinking about a
Yeah,
Song of the South or whatever that movie was, and then Kells.
Song of the South. That's a Disney thing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yes, I don't know the name. Song of the Sea, right?
Song of the Sea, I think it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that one. There was a French one.
Lascars.
No, not that
Yeah,
one.
no, I know.
It
I
was.
know.
Oh, I'm really bad with names. It's the one with the bear.
And the
It's not
mouse, yes,
Eloise.
the
It's
mayor and the
something.
mouse, Clementine and something something.
Yeah. Oh, I
Looks
can't remember. I'm
that film
so
looks
bad with
so
names.
Miyazaki.
It's really good. I watched people can shoot me for this, but I watched dub versions of anything that's from a different country. But the dub version for it is actually really good, and the art style is and the story story's really good as well. And there was another one, A Monster in Paris. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh my gosh, I've heard of it.
It's surprisingly really good. Like I'm surprised at how good it is. Even the animation, like the animation doesn't look as great as the stuff you'd find now, but it's actually really good. The art style I like is pretty good as well.
Ah,
But that's all I haven't watched many independent ones beside those, at least not that I can remember.
yeah.
Um,
All right.
ah,
Sorry. Let's end it here. And truth be told, this is like my longest interview that I have to edit right now, which I'm okay with because my Skype recorder is limitless. But thank you very much for being on here, and to everyone, we'll catch you all later. Happy drawing.
awesome. Thank you for having me on. Take care, guys.
Yeah.